Hi everyone, today we are going to start with the chapter Agriculture of India. Okay, India is essentially an agricultural country and agriculture plays an important or vital role in the economic life, social life and the cultural life of Indian people. It contributes near about 15.7% in the GDP and nearly 60% of the Indian population is related to this agricultural activity. The method that the Indian people follow to carry out the agriculture is the intense subsistence farming. Okay, please follow page number 106 of your book. You will see that major characteristics of the Indian agriculture. Please mark this important for 5 marks or 3 marks question. You may get straightforward questions from here or you may expect give reasons from here. Okay, let us start with this. Number 1 is the subsistence agriculture. So what is subsistence agriculture? The agriculture that is being carried out to meet the food demand of the people of a country. We call that as the subsistence agriculture. So in India, basically the agriculture production is of subsistence type. Next is the pressure of the population. The Indian population is increasing at a higher rate, so it is creating a pressure on the population of on the agricultural productivity, and along with that agricultural production, it is also creating a pressure on the land also. Okay, next is the predominance of the animal force. So agriculture involves a lot of other processes like plowing, then we have threshing, then we have irrigations, then we have the transport of the agricultural products. All this has been carried by the animals force only. So basically India follows the primitive way in this part, and not the modern form of modern form based on the machineries. Okay, next is the dependence on the monsoons. The agriculture of India is basically dependent on the monsoon rain. So if a little bit variation occurs in the amount of the rainfall or the coming of the or late of the monsoon wind, then it is affecting the agriculture productions of our India. Next is the use of irrigations. India use of different agriculture. India carried on with different types of carried the agriculture by different process of the irrigations. Some like we have many networks of major and the minor canals, and then we have the well irrigation form, then we have tube well irrigation, etc. Next is the uncontrollable use of the pesticides and chemical fertilizers. So uncontrollable use of this chemical fertilizers or the pesticides are affecting the soil of India by damaging that soil. Okay, next we are going to start with the different types or the classification of the Indian crops based on its nature. Okay, so number 1 is the food crop. So what are the food crops? The food crops are the rice, wheat, etc. So let us start with the classification. So number 1 is the food crops. The food crops are the plants that are grown with the primary purpose of being consumed by or eaten by the humans. Means the food crops are those crops which have been produced to meet the food demand of the populations. So examples are rice and wheat. Next is the fiber crops. So what are the fiber crops? The crops which are grown to use for the purpose which are used to make the paper, cloth, rope, etc. Okay, example cotton, jute. Then next the plantation crops. So what is a plantation crops? The plantation crops are the crops which are specifically planted in a larger piece of the land and are grown on the commercial basis. So example is tea, coffee, all these crops are being grown for the commercial purpose only. Next is the cash crop. What are the cash crops? Cash crops are the crops that are produced for the commercial purpose only, just for the commercial purpose. Commercial purpose means for the import, for the export to the other countries. Okay, and we are earning money from that. That's why it is being known as the cash crops. Okay, so next is the classification that is done based on the seasons. Based on the seasons, we have 3 types of the crops basically. Number 1 is the Kharif, then we have Rabi, and then we have Zaid crop. So what is a Kharif crop? The Kharif crop is the crop which has been grown With the onset of the monsoon and their harvest is in the September, October, the important crops grown during the seasons are paddy, maize, then jowar, bajra, etc. Next come to this rabi crops. So what are these rabi crops? The rabi crops are sown in the autumn to winter between October and December and is harvested from the spring to summer and between April and the June, and these are basically grown in the summer season. Examples are wheat, barley, gram, etc. And last is the Zaid crop. So what is the Zaid crops? That's the crops which are being grown in between this Rabi and the Kharif. We are calling this as the Zaid crops. Examples are watermelon, this musk melon, vegetables, etc. Okay. Now let us go to the broader classifications of the major Indian crops. So number 1 is the rice. Okay. So rice is one of the important agricultural crops of India, and it is actually the people of the India is most of the part of the India is based on this rice crop productions. It is grown in it is one of the staple crop of our country. The temperature that is required to grow the rice crop is 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is 100 to 200 centimeter. Relief is level land. Why level land is required? Because in the level land, that relief of this land should be level, so that rice crop required a little bit stagnation of the water. So if the land is level, then the water will be stagnant and the soil will be moist. Okay. Next is this loamy. What type of the soil it is required? It is requiring basically alluvial loamy soil, which is ideal for this plantation because it holds moisture in it. Next, the regions where it is being grown. It is being grown in the West Bengal, UP, Andhra Pradesh, etc. Apart from this, the other characteristics of this are other characteristics of this agriculture is it requires abundant of cheap labor, because most of the cultivation is, or the most of the activity of this agriculture is being carried on with the help of the labor only. It is very much labor intensive work. Then it requires chemical fertilizers like the phosphorus. Irrigation is required, and the HYV seeds that we have for the rice is IR8, Ratna, Sona, IR20, etc. Okay. The sites Central Rice Research Institute is located in Cuttack. Okay. Next is we have the wheat. I think for your year this rice and wheat is important because last time tea came. Next, for the cultivation of the wheat, the temperature that is required is 10 degrees Celsius to 15 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is 50 to 100 centimeters. The relief should be undulating or slightly sloping so that the water don't stagnate. Then the soil that is required is fertile alluvial soil. Then we have the regions are where the excessive wheat is grown is UP, Punjab, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana. Cheap labor is required for this, but most of the work of this wheat cultivation is being done by the machines itself. It requires fertilizers, and the vegetative seeds are Sonera 63. Irrigation is needed. Next, we go to the millet. It grows in the temperature between 25 to 32 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is 40 to 75 centimeter, and it is grown in the flat or undulating land. The soils that we have over here is dry alluvial or infertile soil, and the region that is grown over here is Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. The cheap labor is required during the sowing and the harvesting time. The irrigation is required because the region is basically it is basically a red alluvium and infertile soil. To make it fertile or to increase the moisture or the moisture holding capacity of the soils, we need these irrigations. Okay, the HYV seeds are variety seeds are CSH 5 and 6, that is for the jowar, and the fertilizers is required in this type of cultivations. Next is our sugarcane. grow in the temperature between 20 to 26 degrees Celsius. Rainfall is required of 150 centimeter. Relief is well drained. Sloping land is required. Why well drained? So that the water water don't get stagnant of that particular region. Then we have the soil, fertile loamy soil. It is grown in the regions of UP, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka. Other characteristics are well-draped network system is required, because sugarcane as means we basically use the juice extract of this plants, and if we don't have a well-developed network system, then during the time of transporting it from the field to the factory, it may means the juices may get easily affected, or it may get damaged, or not damaged, actually it may be of don't mean remains of the use. Okay, then fertilizers are required. Then we have market. A market is very much required for this crops. Then the one is the cotton. The temperature is 20 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. The rainfall is 50 to 80 centimeter. Relief is well drained land is required. Then it grow in the regur soil. Regur means specifically the black soil. The regions that we found over here, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Punjab, it requires insecticides and pesticides, because during the time of this means when the flowering time of this cotton pods invites or actually different types of the insects gets attracted to this types of during the flowering time of this cotton production, and as a result it requires insecticides and pesticides. The HYV seeds are Sujata, MCU5 and MCU4, etc. Last one is the coffee. It requires a temperature of 16 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. Rainfall of 125 to 200 centimeter. Then we have the relief. A well drained mountain slope is required. The red loamy soil is required, and it is grown in the region of Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, etc. And here is a map which shows basically the agriculture productivity land of India. So for the rice is mainly grown here. This is the rice. This one is for the sugarcane. Then we have the coffee, which is being denoted as brown. Then this full shaded or the hashiest portion that is being done is being denoted for the cotton production, and this one is the millet production. So please go through this chapter, and if you have any problem, please free to ask us when the school is going to reopen. So thank you very much.